What's up, Outlaw Radio Nation? How you guys doing tonight?
We're keeping our finger crossed that we don't have any technical difficulties right now.
Oh, sweetness. It's working just fine.
Good.
We were stressed out about it during the whole setup tonight because it took forever to load. I already know why.
It took like literally, I can't believe I'm using that word now all the time. I got to stop doing that.
Literally.
It took 10 minutes to load up on your computer.
Oh, maybe 20.
Oh.
Yeah, so we have a surprise for tonight. It's going to happen at 7:30, but unfortunately, our other surprise that we were also going to do, we can't do Johnny Rocker. I sent you a text. I can't upload from Gmail right now. My Gmail is
Messed up?
Messed up, that's the word.
Wow. Hey, I wanted to mention those first 2 songs that you put on, though, or we put on. They were both great. I really like The Rising Fall. Both of those songs, female vocalists, and they both rocked out completely. I'd like to see them come to Cleveland.
Yeah, so those were both 2 brand new songs. The first one was Awaiting Abigail with I Hate You. And then the second was The Rising Fall, Becoming, and I can't remember the rest of this, so I have to look. Becoming My Everything.
His guitar riffs fit the song perfectly. He wasn't overplaying, and it added to the song. I like it when the guitar solo adds to it versus just listen to how fast I could play,
You know, Jim, when I put the playlist together sometimes, I look at all the bands and I kind of try to put them together as how I think it should go. And they're 2 really good rock bands.
Oh, I love them.
And putting them in the beginning, I know we don't have a ton of people watching right at the beginning, but leading off with those 2, I just couldn't think of 2 better songs than to kick it off. What do you guys think? I thought it was a good pick.
I agree, yes.
All right, so welcome to Outlaw Radio. We had another great show last Sunday. We're going to have another great show this Sunday. We made our intentions known. We want to take over the Cleveland airwaves. We want to be rock stars and bangers. And we're coming for you guys. Okay? All right, so tonight we have a good show. Tonight at 7:30, we have a surprise coming on, like I said, from Spokane, Avoid Dead. We're going to talk to them real quick. We're going to talk about their new album coming out, and then we're going to play one of their tunes, Radio Down.
Nice.
Great song. It's one of my favorites that they do. Also, at 8:30, we have Marty Schleckman from Florida. He has a very interesting background in music. It also pertains to this guy right here, Mr. Moonlight. So you're going to hear a little bit about their history together and some other cool things that I'm not going to give away right now.
Well, I can say that we did go to high school together. He was in a class ahead of me, and we were in a band back in high school. A lot of fun.
All right, well, we're going to discuss all that good stuff. Also, tonight's music, as you heard, Awaiting Abigail and The Rising Fall kicked things off. We had the music by Avoid Dead coming on, the Joe Davis Band, My Cleveland Project, Mr. Moonlight, Still in Darkness, Awaiting Abigail, as you heard, The Rising Fall, as you heard, Satellite Sinners from the UK. A cool band. You're going to really like that.
Oh, I haven't heard that yet.
Nope.
Right.
You haven't heard a lot of this new stuff. 12 Gauge Confessional. Haven't heard that one. Stone of Contortion. There's something interesting about that song that you're going to really dig. So that's what we have for tonight. Doesn't that sound great?
Yes, it does.
So, yeah, I'm super excited.
Good job.
So let's get right to it. Let's kick it off, Jim.
Okay.
Hi, this is Jeff James.
And this is Mr. Moonlight.
And you're listening to Outlaw Radio. Yeah, that's really cool. I always like those ones, man.
Tactical nuke incoming!
Hey, there's another radio show now that does that laugh. After,
Yeah,
I
that's
think they heard
that.
us. Yeah, I don't know if we said that last week, but it's kind of funny. I heard that.
Yeah,
They're
very
putting
cool.
that little laugh on. So did they get that from us? Maybe, I don't know.
I think they just stole it like we did.
Yeah, everybody's stealing.
Yeah, so Diane Baker said last night, she mentioned that we use this. I'll play it one more time for everyone out there. This is the best sound in the world. She's like, I can't believe you guys are getting away with that. And I'm like, sound like we stole it, man. We're using it, but we're paying tribute to one of the greatest guys in Cleveland, Big Chuck, Little John.
Yes, I was going to say Houlihan. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, all them guys.
Yeah.
We're paying tribute to one of the greatest shows that we grew up watching. So that goes out to you guys. Diane Baker, hello, hun. Had a good time last night, and we were at Sacred Vortex. So
And it was nice seeing you there. It was very nice. You and Judy, your friend, your metalhead friend. Awesome.
Dave Polizzi, Russ,
and Mika. Mika.
We can't
I don't
say it
know.
right.
I don't-
We can't pronounce anything right. We're just radio personalities, man.
We're not smart.
No.
Oh, there
Do
you
a lot
go.
of research, though. Okay, so, yeah, and then Matt Gutka came out. We had a little party, and then Diane's friend was out with us, too. She happens to like metal, so it was a good time. It was the best sober time I've had in forever.
We had some nice talks with the ladies.
Yeah. I got home at like 1:30. I woke up with no hangover. It was great.
Hey, I was relaxed all day today. I wonder if that kava it lasts that long, or is it just my imagination? I don't know.
Just my imagination.
Oh, there you go.
How's the rest of it go?
I don't know.
Okay. All right. So I got some cool stuff in the news for you. All right. So it's mostly about us. So we're just going to go for it here. Outlaw Radio has been invited to be in Oblivia's next music video.
Wow, that's exciting.
We said
Yay.
yes. It's going to have hockey players in it.
Do they? Oh, really? I thought maybe they wanted a podcast team or something, a little bit with somebody podcasting, talking about how good their music is and stuff. Maybe.
Why would they ask us when they ask somebody better?
Who?
Like Rockstar Radio in Cleveland?
Oh. Was that funny?
Yeah, I thought
Gotta
it
learn
was.
how to laugh like that.
Okay. Also, we had Dark Echoes Paranormal TV show on last week. They've invited us for season 3, me, Jim, and Matt, to hang out at one of their haunted locations.
That is really awesome.
Super cool. Lose my voice.
Did they say where that might be, or will we?
No, but they go all
travel?
over. Yeah, we might.
I mean, we might
I
have.
saw
to
they're
go-
in Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay. That's that's not a bad trip. We can make that easy.
The other guy's in Connecticut. But I think they travel all over. I know when Gregory Nicholas did his last investigation with them, it was in Pennsylvania.
Oh, that's right. He did mention that.
Yeah. So we're going to be on that show. They're also going to be wearing our stuff on their show. So it's going to be super cool. And we'll have them back on again, especially if we go and do that show with them. We'll have to have them come on and play parts of that show. So that'll be really cool. June 6th, Jim is on LEP TV doing his first music interview.
Isn't that something? They want to know a little bit about me, so I got to come up with some big lies.
And then on July 30th, Outlaw Radio will be on the Blow Your Brains Out podcast. And they're going to be interviewing us, me and you, Jim.
Yeah.
That ought to be super fun.
That's different. People wanting to interview us now. So, the podcasters, they all want to interview each other and help each other out. So it's all a big family, hopefully.
Yeah.
At least
sure.
it seems like that now.
All right, let me pass that over to you.
All right.
We will also be going to the Buckland Museum of Witchcraft and Magic. That's in Cleveland, right off of Denison.
Yeah, I want to go.
Yeah, we're going. Me, you, and Matt have an appointment in a few weeks to go on a Thursday. We're going to go in there. We're going to get some photos of the place, talk to the owners, get a little bit of history, and then take some cool shots and share it on our pages. And then we'll have our story come out on July 27th when we do the Metal Fest show. So, again, we're going to bring the metal to you on the
And
27th.
when is Leslie on again? Is that May 29th?
May 29th,
On a Thursday at
Thursday.
5:30 or something?
Don't
like
give it
that?
away because I got something for you here in a minute.
Okay. Oh, I'm blowing it already.
Yeah. What do you expect? All right. Best of Scene Awards. We've been nominated for Best Radio Station. So go out and vote for Outlaw Radio. We are up against some tough competition. We're not going to win. Let's just be honest. We're not going to win, but it would be super cool to finish second or third
Yes, it would.
because they do rank you as you finish. Remember?
Yeah, that's pretty neat.
So it's probably going to go WMMS, 107.3, Outlaw Radio, DC and Company, Rockstar Radio.
Yeah. Why was that funny?
Yeah, as I put Rockstar Radio last.
Well, because I think we beat them out, didn't we?
Yeah,
How can that possibly be? We've been around for 6 months and they've been around for years.
I don't know. How long has Rockstar Radio Cleveland been around, guys? Does anybody know out there? I would like to know that. That's a good question. All right, Jim. Jim, who do we have coming on next Sunday's show?
Well, let me tell you, that must be May 25th then, right?
May 25th, yep.
So we have interviews with Joe Davis from the Joe Davis Band Part 2 and Anthony Gonzalez from Four Locos. Now, that's cool. And Conspiracy 216.
A lot of you guys out there don't know that singing with Conspiracy 216 is Anthony Gonzalez of Four Locos.
Yeah.
Did you guys know that?
He's a busy boy playing in those two bands.
sure
They're
is.
playing out a lot, that's for sure. See, what else is going on? There's music by Jay Jones. That's Jay Jones, right?
Yeah, Jay Jones.
And the Dorans. Dorans?
Dorans. It rhymes with morons.
Yeah. The Dorans, okay.
The Dorans.
And then this other person, Mr. Moonlight.
Yeah, who's that?
I don't know. He's fading into the moonlight every minute now, I guess.
He had his unusual trip around the sun last night.
Yes, I did. Let's see, who else? The Gene Reed Band. That's Gene, by the way.
Gene Reed Band. They're very cool. Gene Reed Band. They do ganja tea.
And we also have Still in Darkness.
Still in Darkness. From Cleveland. My friend's Monica out there.
Nice. And Allison Galloway.
Allison Galloway. From Nashville.
Oh, I can't wait to hear that. Sozen, Sozen.
I don't remember where they're from.
I don't either.
But they're a great band.
We haven't done them yet, right?
We have. It's been a minute since we played them.
There's just too many bands we're playing. I can't remember them all. But I really am looking forward, and I always remember this guy. We like each other's stuff like almost every day, and he's in Great Britain. Paul Austin Band. They rock it out.
Hell yeah, Paul Austin. And he also, Paul, you deserve this. You're out there working every day. This guy works his butt off. Good job, Paul Austin.
I can't wait to get Joe Davis, get him back, right? Wasn't he on? Or
yeah.
Okay, boy, you guys are going to want to hear this. This person has been around, and he's going to have some stories.
Yeah, it'll be a good interview.
He's been involved with a lot of good metal bands and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, we're going to hear stories about Gene Simmons. We're going to hear stories about his friend that plays in Megadeth and some of the other fantastic stories he has in store for us. And he also, from what I hear, surprise on the horizon. And don't say a word, Jim.
Oh.
No talking.
But we are both hoping that once Joe Davis is on, that his buddies will maybe become aware of our show, and we'll get some other really top-line metal players to interview. That would be really cool, right, Jeff?
That is really cool, and I have something for you guys out there. I'm not going to tell you who it is, okay? But we have a guy coming on that played in 3 of the Billboard Top 100 80s rock bands. He was in 3 of the bands that were in the Top 100.
I can't even remember who that is right now.
Yeah.
But, there's one more band.
And we have Mark Berry coming back.
Oh, gosh. Yes.
And we have Dwayne Farley, the vice president of films.
That's pretty cool.
With AMG.
AMG, right? But
AMG Universal.
AMG Universal, though, now.
Hell yeah.
Can you imagine how huge of a job it was for him to transfer his entire portfolio from Sony to Universal? That must have been a huge, huge job.
AMG.
Oh, man. Did I say Conspiracy 216?
Yeah, Conspiracy 216. And we're going to have a new song by them. I wanted to drop it today on today's show, but like I said, we're having issues with our Gmail account uploading to our platform, and I'll have to take care of it Monday.
Okay, what else is there? There's the Paranormal Chef is back.
Yes, he will be back.
Helltown Experience.
Yeah, as you know, I've been having some foot issues, and Matt, if you could hear me out there, you don't know about this. So I need to take a little time from not being on my feet so much because I'm always on the go. And you're going to be doing Helltown, buddy. I know you already planned on going with your niece, right? So I want you to go, get some photos, get all the information for us, and deliver your story.
We're not going to that?
On the 25th. I can't walk around in the
okay.
woods and stuff like that. I mean, if you want to go with Matt and them, you're totally free to go, but I can't be walking around like that.
So we both have left heel problems. Isn't that strange?
Yeah.
We're like twins or something, you know? Okay, what else is going on? The Zack Attack is back.
Yeah, he'll be back. He's got a story, some stories for us about what's going on in the music scene nationally.
I can't wait to hear his update. He's always very interesting, and he does a good job.
And what's the last thing you have for us?
Plus, get ready for the Nation coming. That's the Nation. That's our new show. every Thursday at 5:30 starting May 29th with Leslie Fugit.
Fugit. She will be on the show.
A longtime friend that I've known for decades. Let's see what else. This is from us to you and for all our listeners out there. We are celebrating you guys.
Hell yeah, we're celebrating you with the nation. It was an idea from Johnny Rocker. The show is going to be all about Cleveland, all about local, all music. And we're going to be bringing on friends of ours, friends, on our show and hanging out with them during the show. It's not going to be all about interviews. It's going to be about hanging out with friends.
And by the way, we're the first show on the 29th. We hope to have it in the back of my house on the deck, so it'll be outside with the squirrels and stuff.
Okay, we're going to take a break. We're going to play the Satellite Sinners. When we come back, we have a cool phone call coming in from Avoid Dead out there in Spokane. All right, so we'll be right back, Jim.
See ya.
See you guys.
In a minute.
In a minute.
Hi, this is Justin from the State Line Sinners over here in the UK, and you're listening to Outlaw Radio. Hell yeah.
That's freaking cool.
That is.
Check out Satellite Sinners.
We're all God-fearing folk here. They send the sinners to the state line.
There's a place that I know, but the games they play there won't take your soul. Roll the dice and take it slow. Just one false move will put you 6 feet down below. Live it up, far above. When you wanna get wasted and push your love, let the sail all begin. 'Cause you're the kind of company I'm keeping. Took me 20 years to even up and score, but the devil don't wanna play no more. Devil don't wanna play no more. Grab your shit, hit the road. No, it's pretty bad when a preacher lost his soul. But I've been there 100 times. Yes, I never followed or believed all his lies. Nothing left, no place to hide. Doing what I can just to make it out of here alive. Take your best shot. It's not my time. You can do what you want, but I know I'll still survive. Took me 20 years to even up a score, but the devil don't wanna play no more. Devil don't wanna play no more.
The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist.
Devil don't wanna play. Oh, now the devil don't want to play no more. Yeah.
Hell yeah, that was Satellite Sinners from the UK. What do you guys think about that out there? Pretty dang
That was
good.
awesome.
Hell yeah, man. Do you know who we have on the... I didn't mean to hit that button. I meant to hit this one.
There you go.
Guess who we have on the phone right now?
Who do we have?
Avoid Dead,
Wow.
right? Let's
This
hear it
is
from you
Troy.
guys.
This is Troy.
Troy. How's it going, Troy? Well, you're right on time. Thanks for calling in.
Oh, hell yeah, guys. And happy birthday to Jim, man.
Well, thank you very much. It's been a good, my birthday's going to last about a month and a half, I think. We got to meet.
That was awesome.
We got to beat Matt Gutka. His birthday was a month.
Yeah. Well, I just want to say a very special happy birthday to Matt Gutka.
Yes, me too.
How you doing out there?
About 6 weeks ago.
6 weeks now? Yeah.
He's still partying.
Yeah. He's a wild man. He's the paranormal chef. So.
Did he try any of the stuff the kava last night?
Yeah, I believe
Matt,
so.
did
He had to create them.
Oh, that's right. He did. That's right. Yes.
Are you guys down with the kava and the kratom there in Spokane?
Not so much.
You gotta
Maybe
try.
hookers and blow.
You gotta try it out. It's not regulated by the FDA, but it's really tasty and it makes you feel mellow.
Sounds great,
It's
man.
super good. All right, so we have on the phone. This is the guys from Avoid Dead. They're in their studio in Spokane. You see, I said it 3 times in a row, and I didn't say Spokane.
That's
Oh,
very
you're
good.
doing great,
Yeah,
man.
I saw the comment where it's like, dude said Spokane. It's pronounced Spokane.
You got it, brother.
Yeah, I got you.
It's not Washington. Where is
It's
Spokane?
Washington.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I guess
the
I do know
state
my
of
geography.
Washington. Yeah.
Yeah, it's on
Yeah.
the border of Idaho, right by Coeur d'Alene.
Oh, okay. Very
Yeah,
good.
That's very cool. Yeah, awesome, man. All right, so this is Avoid Dead. We're talking to them on air on on our phone-in line, radio phone-in line, and you guys have a brand new album you're working on, correct?
Yes, it'll be out this summer, man. Everybody's getting excited, and we have a bunch of festivals we're playing this summer too.
All right. I saw you guys had a bunch of stuff posted up. Is that the festivals that you have coming up?
It sure is, man. Yep.
Man, those posters look super cool. I got to show them to you,
Yeah,
Jim.
So you have a busy summer coming up. That's great.
Yeah, that's
we're
excellent.
super excited, man.
All right, very cool. All right, so I have a question for you before we I have you introduce your song. But my question is, are you going to continue on with the zombie theme for this next upcoming album?
Yeah, the whole album is basically about it.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
And so what was let me just ask you this because I'm super interested in zombies. What's the background, if you can give me just a little hint of what the album's going to be like?
I think it started with the virus. You know, it kind of was, I'm an Army vet myself, but then after COVID and stuff, it was giving me the idea about this virus spreading around everybody, and we just turned it into the zombie thing.
Oh, very cool. I wish I had like the trumpet for the United States thing, but thank you for serving. I wish I had like the God Bless America theme that I could play, but Jim,
thanks, man.
that's an idea.
Yeah. Yes.
We need to get the God Bless America theme on our podcast.
Oh, yeah, for the veterans, man. Yeah.
Hell yeah. I'm a veteran myself, so thank you so much for serving. So, guys, you know what song we're playing. why don't you introduce it?
This is Radio Down by Avoid Dead.
All right, guys.
Hope you guys enjoy it.
Hell yeah, this
Thank you
is
for having us.
Avoid Dead, Spokane, Washington. Great band. Check them out on Outlaw Radio. This is Radio Down. Take care, guys.
Cool.
Thanks, brother.
Interrupt this
Have a great
broadcast
night.
to bring you an important message. This is an activation of the emergency alert system. Communication is down.
Hi, this is Jeff James,
And this is Mr. Moonlight.
and you're listening to Outlaw Radio. Damn, that was good.
That would be a good song for a zombie movie, obviously, because that's what it's about.
Yeah, they're all about the zombie apocalypse. It's very, very cool how they narrate their songs and put their songs together and tell a story. It's very, very cool.
At the end of the song, it kind of sounded Toolish a little bit, and you agreed with me on that.
Yeah, I
one,
agreed.
right? Just about the last 15 seconds.
Yeah, that last 15 seconds was super
kind of
cool.
Tooly.
It did have a Thule sound. Yes, Jim, you're right. It did have a Thule sound. That's funny. Hey, Avoid Dead said thank you for everyone for the support. Definitely,
Hey,
guys.
anytime, you guys.
Anytime. We love having you on. And they'll be on, I believe it's June 19th. I'm not sure. I don't have my notes with me tonight. They can tell me because I
Oh, they're gonna
invited
be
them
on
the
again?
show.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to do an
Okay.
interview with them.
Oh, okay, and a new song, I would think,
And
too.
probably a new song.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you recall, the first time we had them on, I played 3 of their songs, and I told a story about kind of like in my vision of how the songs went, right? And then we did tonight where they called in and they came on the radio show and introduced their song. And then on June 15th, we have them coming back. They'll be on the show
great.
for an actual formal interview, and we'll be talking
Good.
about the new album, the new studio. We'll see them. They got a brand new studio set up with new cameras. Ought to look great, and we'll be able to see them in action.
Oh, that's good.
So, yeah, they are very cool, and they have a really good support system. So
They seem like really nice guys, too. That helps.
they are. They are very nice. And no problem, guys. We will always support you. That's what we
right.
do. Right
That's
here.
what we're here for.
That's what we're here for. Okay, so we want to talk about award shows because we've been talking about this a lot. So we are nominated for Scene Magazine's Best Of, right?
Yeah.
Best Radio Station.
That still makes me laugh.
It still makes us laugh. The funny thing
We're a
about
podcast.
we are a podcast radio show.
But we're so good, though, that they had to put us in another category. Is that what it was? I doubt it.
Well, I think what it was is our fans voted us in because I did not really think that we would get it in that radio station spot. I was shooting for a podcast.
Yeah, I
That's where my votes were going.
that's right.
And hey, this is really nice. Well, thank you so much, Void Dead. They said you guys are awesome. We look forward to the interview, and they thank us very much.
Very good.
Isn't that cool? Yeah, no problem, guys. Like we said, we enjoy doing this. This is what we like to do, and we're doing it.
Yes, we are.
Taking over the airwaves.
We are. WMMS, watch out.
We're coming for you. We're taking you down, buzzard. Whoa! Yeah, I don't know.
They yuck it up too much on their talk shows, but, who
Yeah.
am I to complain
Well, see, that's
about?
the other thing. I think
I
we're
could laugh all time. Everything
Yeah.
you say, I could go, Jeff, you are funny.
Here's one for you. They do all the same stuff. All right, so this is the thing, right?
No yucking here.
MMS has been in business for 50 years. I don't know how long 107.3 has been in business. I'm going to say 15, okay? Maybe 20. I
that long.
don't know. I can't remember. Something like that. And Rockstar Radio in Cleveland, the internet station, I don't know how long they've been doing it, but I'm going to guess to say 5, 6 years.
I don't even
Right?
want to make up a story. It would be misinformation.
Guys, we've been doing this 6 months. And to be in that league with those radio stations, that's a win.
Oh, certainly. We've already won.
Yeah, we've already won. Just being nominated in that category, and we didn't really vote for ourselves in that category because we were going for best podcast and best morning show.
And we haven't even had a fart show. Don't they have a lot of shows where they're talking about farts and stuff like that?
Soon they're going to steal our tactical nuke.
They stole that laugh.
They're going to steal that one. They're going to take this one from us. That's next. I'm laying it on the line right now. They can't take it. Although we stole the thing from Big Chuck.
Yeah, we did.
All right, so... Yeah. Sue me.
Was that sped up or something? Was that his real? He was for I forget what radio station he was on, but he
Yeah, I
was
don't know.
on the station I guess they were on, and
Yeah.
They heard him laugh once, and that was it, man.
Yeah, and that's the original laugh. We took it, took the original.
Yes.
We took the copyrighted original, played it on our show.
Don't tell anyone.
Nobody cares. All right, they might later on when they see some other guests coming. All right, so that's the cool thing about C Magazine. We hope to move up in the rankings, but just being nominated has been good enough for us. So thank you so much, Cleveland. Thank you to all the bands and all the people that supported us. It was very, very cool. Next up is the Cleveland Music Awards. That's coming, Jim.
Yes.
They've been in the news a lot. And what were you telling me during the break about their show, what they were posting?
Oh, yeah, I just saw today on maybe a Facebook post. They've had a lot of activity because the show's coming up, and they want to prepare and improve, I imagine, this year. And they're soliciting ideas, suggestions for the show. Was last year's show, did it have too much entertainment? Was there too much spaces in between the acts, and or should they just not have as much entertainment, and maybe they should just have the awards and shorten it? So I don't really know. I'd have to think about it myself. But we were there, and it did go on for a while, but it was just too loud. That was the thing last year. So hopefully they'll turn it down 2 knobs or something.
Well, I have a lot of issues with the Cleveland Music Awards and how the show is produced. And all right, so I'll say this, Jim. It's not a show. It's an award show that has music entertainment and MCs, but it's very, I'm trying to pick my words. Dave out there, if you're listening, I'm trying to be political here. I don't want to be branded the asshole that they brand me as. So I would say that it's not a production. It's not well produced. It's very loose. I don't know how to describe it any better. When you go to the circus, right, and you take your kids to the circus, they have a ringleader the whole time. That guy keeps you captivated. There's no captivation at the award show. It's just kind of, remember, you just kind of walk around. It's all loose. There's nothing really to grab your attention. When you go to a movie theater and the lights come down and you're in your seats, you're watching a show. When you go to Broadway or you go to the Grammys, that's a show. Cleveland Music Awards was not well produced.
Well, wait a minute. They did have an MC, didn't they?
They did, yes.
They did. And he did a halfway decent job.
Yeah, I'm not saying he didn't do a good job. I thought that guy was really cool. I just feel like when he was not on, the production of it, getting the bands up there and getting the guests and stuff like that, it was very loosely put together. Not a big production like, hey, man, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremony, have you guys gone to them? Have you watched them on TV? Watch those. That's how you should be doing your shows, your award show.
I'm sure I'm not sure of anything, but I would think that they would,
I'm not sure of it.
Check out the rock and roll shows, Hall of Fame.
I think the Cleveland Music Awards could be awesome.
I think they'll get better every year, hopefully. They're kind of new, aren't they? I forget how long they've been around.
I think maybe this is their 4th year or maybe their 3rd year. I'm not sure.
I don't know how they're going to get the media there, but like you said, they didn't really have any media, at least while we were there. And maybe they should try to get on some radio shows or something like that to help promote. And we'd be more than happy to have them on our show, wouldn't we? We didn't really talk about that yet, but I would think that would be cool.
Yeah, that's really cool. Robert Sullivan said, like I said last night, it's the show. It's going to explode.
Sully, is that what Sully said?
Yeah.
Cool. Oh, good.
And
how's it going? It was good seeing you last night. Thank you for your support. It was so cool last night.
Also, Robert Sullivan, thank you so much for coming out and supporting Jim and supporting Dwayne and in Sacred Vortex. It was awesome hanging out with you and talking about music. It was
You know who your
super
friends
cool.
are, you know?
Super
I pretty
cool.
much just met Sully, maybe 6 months ago or not even that much, but it's like we really have good conversations, and we seem to be on the same wavelength.
For sure.
Just like you and I, we seem to be on the same wavelength.
All right, so we also have another very special person dropping by, one of my favorite singers and the writer of My Yellow Bike. Brooke Marshall. My Huffy.
Now, wait a minute. I blanked out for a minute. What about that now? We're not playing that song.
No, we're not, but Brooke is here with us.
Oh.
And she says, hi, Daddy.
Oh, okay.
And there she is.
Hi,
right
Brooke.
there.
Oh, there you go. Cool.
Right. So that's Brooke. That's Jim Bellinger's little girl.
Yes.
Was
She
that
has-
the song My Little Girl? Was that for her?
No, but I think I wrote that December of 2015, and she came into town, and I had recorded my first, version of it, and I did the lead, and I took her downstairs, and I played the song, and she goes, "Okay, you could leave now." And so I went out with somebody, and she spent hours down there, and she actually wrote 2 harmony parts, and that kind of makes the song right there in itself. So that was really cool.
Well, that's going to be coming to Outlaw Radio shortly. She does say happy birthday to you, Jim. But yeah, that'll be coming shortly. We have something very special, and we're working on something very special. We're not giving it away today.
You're talking about her song?
Yeah, we're not.
Oh, okay. I was going to say
discussing.
something about that. Why spill the beans right
he's,
now?
He's Mr. Bean Spiller, man.
Yes.
I stir the pot, and he spills the beans.
At least I'm not letting
That
the
should be the
beans
podcast
loose right
name.
now. If you know what I mean.
We should have a new podcast show called Stirring the Pot and Spilling the Beans.
And
that would be fantastic.
blowing the beans.
Blowing the beans. That's a different show,
That's
ladies.
sick.
Yeah,
sorry.
so, all right, back to the Cleveland Music Awards. Yeah, you mentioned media and doing radio shows. Mark Ross, he's the guy that puts the Cleveland Music Awards together. I say it every show. There's our call-in line, bro.
Yeah.
216-484-5120. You can call in. Let's discuss some of your issues that you have with the Cleveland Music Awards and some of the issues that we have, and maybe we could offer you some suggestions.
Got to get the word out. We'll
Gotta
help
get
you
the
do
word
that.
out, man.
It'll help both of us. We'll
Yeah.
both become stars.
Yeah, we're nominated for Best Radio Station, Mark Ross.
I wonder.
I'm calling out to you, buddy. Mark Ross, Cleveland Music Awards, call me. All right.
We have money.
We have money. We do have money. Don't tell anyone. That's spilling the beans. Okay, so I put something together for you, Jim, and I think you're really going to love this. So, and I hope I don't bore you to death out there, guys, but I'm super interested in knowing all about award shows now and how they do nominations and the different award shows that are available in our area, okay, for podcasters and musicians and people in the entertainment industry that you may not even know exist that you guys could get nominated for.
I didn't know until Jeff told me that Ohio has a.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess
We
I'm
have a
spilling the
bunch
beans there.
spilling the
He'll
beans
tell you
again.
about it.
I'm stirring the pot and he's spilling the beans. Okay, so here we go. The Grammy nominations. This got me interested because Oblivia has been nominated for a Grammy for Best Song and Best Artist before. I think 3 or 4 times. And I wanted to see how nominations get done. And it's a pretty big deal to get nominated for a Grammy, especially if you're a local musician, because they include guys out there. They include local musicians, okay? You just got to get somebody to vote for you. All right, so this is how it works. Grammy nominations are determined through a 2-round voting process by the Recording Academy's members. First, voting members submit entries for consideration, which are then screened for eligibility and category placement. In the first round, members vote to nominate 5 finalists in each category, and the top 8 finalists are nominated in the general field: Record of the Year, Album of the Year, Song of the Year, and Best New Artist. The top vote getters in each category become official nominees. After nominations have been determined and announced, Academy voting members vote in up to 10 categories across up to 3 fields in the genre fields plus the 4 categories of the general field to determine the winners. That's how the Grammys are done.
Totally
Interesting,
cool.
right?
Very good. I'm glad you could tell people this.
Yeah, it's very cool because there's a lot of musicians that I've noticed, like on LinkedIn and stuff like that, that list that they're Grammy nominated. And I wanted to see what went into that. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, good job on that.
So Professor Paul wrote this to us. He said, We attended the Cleveland Music Awards last year and totally agree with what you said. It was mostly unorganized and too much dead time between the bands.
Wow.
That's what I was trying to get
So
at.
it wasn't my imagination.
Unorganized.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
I just used the wrong words of poorly put together or not professionally produced. It was unorganized. And it showed. I just felt like it was just so like manic. I felt like I was bipolar for the day. Man.
Pass out an itinerary, right, or something.
They need a
like that.
program guide.
Yeah, program.
Man.
That's what I was
You
thinking.
need a program guide so
Yeah.
you know what's coming up. Or on those big screens, have one dedicated just to a program guide and have it done digitally.
The problem with the program guide is you have to rely on people actually showing up. If they don't show up, then it screws up the entire program guide and the whole schedule. Just like when people don't show up for our show and don't make a phone call, we're kind of sit there. We have to scurry around and try to figure out to fill up the time.
And Janine Springs said organization is everything for an event. And you can't just think if you had a wedding and you just were like lackadaisical about it. I mean, it would go off the rails.
Yeah, you can come anytime you want.
Yeah, you have to have some type of controller. They had an MC, but they didn't have a ringleader. And I don't know if Mark Ross is the ringleader or if he has an assistant. I'm sure each person in every specific location has an assistant, I would think. I would think you guys would get interns and people that want to help the show. I'd help. And you probably don't want my help, but I would totally help you. I've put shows together. I know how it's done. I've been part of big productions, not just in music and many other things, in modeling business. Just don't talk
This man's
about that
been
stuff.
around.
Been around, baby. Been around. All right, so I have another one for you. The CMAs, not the Cleveland Music Awards, the Country Music Awards. Nominees and winners are determined by more than 6,000 plus industry professional members of the Country Music Association, which, when established in 1958, became the first trade organization formed to promote an individual genre of music. So theirs is all voting based on people in the music industry, right?
Yeah.
Professor Paul said this.
Okay.
The other thing that was disappointing was a lot of the winners weren't there. Nobody even came up to speak on their behalf. You're right. Or accept the award. The venue was cool. You're right. The venue was cool. It was way too big. Lorraine Palace Theater would be better. Beachland Ballroom. The cabin at North Homestead would be a perfect size for the CMAs.
Hopefully they'll get like 300 or 400 people this year. I don't know if they got that many last year.
I think anything under 1,000 is unsuccessful
Yeah.
and shameful
Yeah.
on behalf of Cleveland.
But they're scratching their head trying to figure out how to get a better response and how to get the word out. So we hear you because we're trying to do the same thing
we're
with
doing
our
the same
show.
thing. It's the same thing. I know it's a hard road. I know it's a lot of work, and I'm not saying that the CMAs are not difficult to do. I assume that
They're hard
that's
to do.
that's a monster. It's got to be Godzilla, right?
You bit off a lot. Yeah, absolutely.
And then you got us little guys putting you down and shit. We're not really putting you down. It's just thoughts.
No, we love
and
you guys.
ideas.
Definitely.
We love what you're doing
like
for
everything
Cleveland.
that's happening, yes.
Yeah. We love what you're doing for the Cleveland Music Awards and the whole city and the scene, the bands. We just, we're adding our 2 cents. Our senseless 2 cents. All right, so I got another one for you. This one's really cool. The Billboard Music Awards are determined by a data-driven process based on performance on Billboard charts. Nominees and winners are selected based on a variety of factors, including album and digital song sales, streaming, radio, airplay, touring, and social engagement. These metrics are tracked by Billboard and its partners, including the Nielsen Music Ratings and Next Big Sound. So that's how the Billboard Music Awards do it. Cool. All right, so check this out. American Music Awards. Nominations are selected based on commercial performance, such as sales and airplay. Winners have been determined by a poll of the public and the fans, who can vote through the AMA's website, while nominations have remained based on sales, airplay, but now they're including activity on social networks and video viewing, like music videos and stuff like that. Shorts, uploads, Facebook Lives, all that good stuff.
Very good.
So that's cool. All right, so remember I said earlier there's stuff about Ohio and entertainment awards that are available for bands? Listen up. And I want Outlaw Radio to be a part of all these next ones I'm going to tell you about. Ohio Entertainment Awards nomination process starts in October. Best content creators. That's any podcast, any type of radio station, any type of radio show, any type of talk show whatsoever that's streamed or on local TV, okay? That's happening in October. The Signal Awards, which recognize podcasts that define culture, are coming. And the Ambies Awards, which is awards for excellence in audio, which focuses on artistic and technical merit. That's another one that we can apply for.
These are all separate awards.
All separate award shows.
There's the Ohio Entertainment Awards, and then there's the Signal Awards. Oh, we got to.
Then the Ambies, and then there's also the People's Choice Podcast Awards. This is a long-running award program for podcasts open to shows worldwide. And that's another one. The People's Choice Podcast Awards.
We have a lot of work, don't we, if we're going to be...
Yeah, this is very cool. And this is for many other podcasts that might be listening to us right now. You have these opportunities, okay? The Golden Globes, which is huge, right? Just added an award category for Best Podcast of the Year. The new category will debut at the 2026 Golden Globes, which is scheduled for January 11th. Of course, we're going to put Outlaw Radio in there.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah, we are. All right, so there isn't a single universally recognized best podcast show in Ohio. Can you believe that?
There should be.
They don't have anything for a podcast or like audio recording or anything like that. The closest you're going to get is the Ohio Entertainment Awards. But as far as podcasts go, there's nothing in the whole state of Ohio, except for one. Columbus Podcast Awards recognizes and honors Columbus, Ohio podcasters.
Oh, well, that's a start anyways.
Which, guess what? We qualify for that. Did you know that?
Because we're in the state?
We're in the state of Ohio.
Yes. We're legal citizens, too.
We're legal citizens of the state of Ohio. And we do qualify for that, so yeah, of course we're going to want to vote for that and have that voted for us. So what do you think? Do you have anything that you'd like to add about the Cleveland Music Awards or the Scene Awards?
Not at this moment, thank you.
Hey, Janine said she wondered why the winners wouldn't send someone. Hey, do you guys think that they announced who the winners were prior? Do you think they sent like a notice out and told everybody who the winners were?
Yeah, that's a good point. You know, I wonder if Alan knew that when he went there that they didn't win actually last year. We'll have to ask him next time he's on.
I do have a little bit of information. I do know that one of the bands did know, and I can't say who told me, but I was told at the award show by somebody that was part of the Cleveland Music Awards. But I don't think that all of them know.
Well,
I think it's a surprise.
Well, if you know and you didn't win, maybe you're not going to go. If you don't know, it kind of entices everybody that's in a category to show up.
Yeah, Billy Stokes said, he goes, if you're nominated, shouldn't you pro quo be there to show up?
Oh, heck yeah.
You should definitely show up.
How can you not?
I can understand maybe prior obligation or your band's playing out. And that's the other issue, Jim, that they had was they're talking about, the time of the month when they're going to do it. They're talking about not doing it in August. There's like, man, there's just so much going on. People are out and about enjoying the summer and going to concerts and the whole bit. They're talking about doing it in November. Well, November's like the holidays. Fuck that. I'm totally against that. But August, it's the perfect time. And you are an event. So get people to be in the seats, man. But yeah, going back to nominees not showing up, I don't know. That's messed up. I couldn't imagine being nominated, not show up. Walking the red carpet, man. Getting your picture taken, putting all over social media. Aren't you guys craving the attention?
Maybe you could just have a few of your friends there, and hey, listen, if they don't show up, just walk on stage and pretend you're with the band or something. They'll never know.
I'm with the band.
Thank you very much. What did we win again?
Maybe me and Jim show up, and then when somebody doesn't show up for their nomination, we just walk up on stage and take it.
Now that's an idea.
Hi, everybody. I'm Bob. I won Best Newscaster. That'd be fantastic. Okay, so my Cleveland Project said the Big Show seems to always have the winners there.
Yeah, obviously.
Big shows do have the winners there.
You don't want to miss it if you're in a big show. Well, Cleveland Music Awards, it's going to be growing.
Yeah. I'll say this, Dave. When I was there, I was looking around, and I was like, man, this thing could be so big. So big. It could totally blow away what the Rock Hall inductions are like. I mean, honestly, you have, where you have national people at the Rock Hall, but in Cleveland Music Awards, it's just local. But, man, you know how they have people going up and they jam together and stuff? They just had, like, bands playing. And no announcer to announce who the band was. Do you remember that? I don't know. It's just so loosely organized.
I think they did announce. There was some kids band that played, like 6th or 7th or 8th graders. They won some kind of a thing. Do you remember?
Yeah.
A bunch of kids on this. I don't.
I remember that.
Yeah, I don't know.
There was some cool performances. Do not get me wrong. Every band that played was great. Everyone. Although the one thing I would say is maybe a more diverse group of musicians, right? Like, for instance, there was no metal. It seemed to be all like kind of Americana blues rock. Is that correct?
I don't remember there being metal last year.
I don't remember any hip hop.
Wait,
I would remember that.
I think I kind of
Was there?
do. Yeah.
Was I just in a coma the whole time?
Too much popcorn.
Popcorn.
No, they didn't even have popcorn there. Did they have a where you could buy drinks and stuff like that?
Yeah, they did have alcoholic
food
drinks.
and stuff. Okay,
Yeah.
that's good.
I did have a couple of drinks with my sister.
I don't drink, but I mean they have Pepsi or stuff like that too. So that's.
Yeah, I was in the hallway when they announced my category. I knew,
Oh, that's right. I was looking around. Wait a minute.
Where's Jeff? He's out in the hallway.
I thought maybe
eating a hot dog.
He was going to be on the stage.
See, that's the other thing, guys. Like, for instance, I went and got something to eat because I was freaking hungry. And all of a sudden, they announced my category. Like, wouldn't it have been nice if it was up on the Jumbotron and I could look up there and be like, oh, my category's next. I think I won't go out to the lobby. But I was in the lobby eating a freaking hot dog when they announced Loud and Local. So I had to run back in.
That's a good idea to have some kind of a Jumbotron set up, Or maybe, did they do that actually?
They did have, they had a TV, and on the TV it had the pictures of the nominees for the categories. But what I'm talking about is like, you go to the freaking airport, right? And it shows you the schedule of the planes coming in and going out. We need to have the program guide on the Jumbotron. And maybe it's just a 72-inch TV that you guys put up, just so that you could see what category's coming next. You don't even know.
And if somebody's not going to show up in real time, I guess they can make the change on it, and and change the schedule as the day goes on.
Right. I just had an epiphany. Here's a great idea. You have the nominees check in at the nominee table that have been nominated, and the people that don't check in, you have somebody that works that table, and then they tell the producer of the show, Bob Fro, the reggae band didn't show up, and they won the award, right? So they would know that the reggae band doesn't have somebody coming to collect their award. And they wouldn't even announce it on the freaking show.
I'm sure aren't they trying to figure that one out? And I'm sure they're trying to do something to communicate.
I don't know.
Yeah.
They need walkie-talkies.
But if they call in maybe in the next month or so and talk to us, we could get the answers to
like
these
blow below the reggae band. All right, so Paul said this. I think each nominee should have submitted a short video, less than a minute of themselves performing.
That's
that
really
video
good idea
screen
too.
Wasn't used as definitely that's something that would be cool too. Like you could have Outlaw Radio for like 10 seconds or 20 seconds, and then have the next one, and then the next one. That would have been cool too.
You've had some good ideas, so maybe you could get on Facebook and get to their page and let them know what you think.
Brooke said the most horrific thing. I'm going to put it up. She said, you need to organize this event. You're right. You're right. We do need to organize this event, but the horrific part of it is that is a monster that I'm not even going to dive into. That is so much work.
Remember when
So
we
much
wanted to do the best rock band and whatever, and then we realized the more that we went into it, how big of a job it is. If you really want, you just can't get 10 bands in Cleveland, and no, there's like probably 100 bands. How do you got to go see all those bands and stuff? It's a huge job what they're taking on.
Yeah, it's huge. And let's give Mark Ross in the Cleveland Music Awards a round of applause,
There
because
you go, Mark.
we do know how hard it is, and we know your ambition. We don't mean to cut on you, but, you know.
Well, he asked for our opinion, too, so we're
Yeah.
giving it to you. And
This is Outlaw Radio's opinion, and good job. I hope you guys can pull it together this year and give us an award show there. Cleveland disease. I can't speak tonight. It's over. I give up.
I'm not the only one that does that now. So
Cleveland. I'm done. I can't speak, man. All right, let's play some music. We're gonna play 2 in a row because that's what we do. All right, so I got a good one for you. All right, so kicking it off is Stone of Contortion, followed by a band from Akron called Tempest. All right, so check this out.
Akron, cool.
Akron, baby.
The two good forces out of me.
Depression is a silent storm, where the heart battles the mind in a quest to find peace.
I wake to the silence, a scream in my mind. The mirror just laughs at the ghost left behind. These scars are poetic, they're proof that I tried to bleed out the pain, but it never subsides. No God above, no soul to save, just shadows dancing on my grave. And I fall through the void again, drowning in thoughts I can't defend. If there's a light, I've closed my eyes. This isn't living, it's slow suicide. Hope is a lie with a beautiful face, a whisper of warmth in a cold, dying place. I claw at the dark just to feel that I'm real, but nothing responds, there's nothing to heal. And I fall through the void again, drowning in thoughts I can't defend. If there's a light, I've closed my eyes. This isn't living, it's slow suicide. Pull the wires from my chest, feel the silence, feel it rest. All I am is broken sound, a requiem for hollow ground. And I fall through the void again, drowning in thoughts I can't defend. If there's a light, I've closed my eyes. This isn't living, it's slow suicide. Buried in me, 1,000 knives, cutting the will to stay alive.
Because I'm stupid. Here we
Oh,
are, Cleveland.
I was wondering.
We
I'm
are
looking-
back. The Shenane is next.
That's one of my jobs is to let
Yep.
Jeff know if we're actually on, and I'm sitting there looking at the screen. And, good job, Jim.
We're having technical issues today, and I'm focused so much on one thing, I'm messing up the other thing. But anyway, don't matter. We're doing Jim Shenane. I asked him to do a personal favor for me and tell me a little bit about Elon Musk in his early days, his personal life, because we hear so much about him in the news and the media about Doge and what he does with the president and Tesla and stuff like that, SpaceX, Starlink, all that stuff that's in the news that we are so focused on. That's how we hear about the guy. I want to know a little bit about him personally. And
Well, you're going to find out right now.
so awesome.
La, la, la. So whether you like him or not, you should listen to this so you know. Anyways, Musk became a U.S. citizen in 2002. From the early 2000s until 2020, Musk resided in California, where both Tesla and SpaceX were founded. I think they're leaving, aren't they? Or haven't they already left, or they're thinking about leaving California?
Good choice.
That's how much I'm following it, actually.
Good choice, guys. I would hate to live in California. Sorry, Brooke, but
He then relocated to Cameron County, Texas, saying
Texas.
that California had become complacent about its economic success. That's a word, isn't it? Complacent? What's that mean? It's
Complacent.
kind of like, it's kind of,
I mean, they're like complacent. It's like, it could carry either way.
hey,
right?
we'll take your taxes, but
Yeah. Like when I go on dates, I'm complacent. I don't care.
Okay, while hosting Saturday Night Live in 2021, I guess I missed that, but I do remember he was on there. Musk stated actually, that he has Asperger's syndrome.
Asperger's.
Yes.
Did you happen to write down what Asperger's is?
It's Asperger. Asperger? Yes.
Not spelled A-S-S,
and,
B-U-R-G-E-R-S?
I don't know. Well, anyways, this isn't a part of it, but Asperger's syndrome, just so you know, they've now merged that with autism spectrum disorder, like we know what that is.
Yep. No idea.
Although he hasn't been formally diagnosed of that. Oh, isn't that something? Musk suffers from back pain and has undergone several spine-related surgeries, including a disc replacement. Ooh, I bet that hurt.
Wow.
In 2000, he contracted a severe case of malaria. Really? What was he doing? Was he in Bolivia or something? Or
Oh, man.
Panama? While on vacation in South Africa. Isn't that kind of where he's from?
Is he?
I thought so, yeah.
I believe you said that, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Musk has stated he uses doctor-prescribed ketamine for occasional depression, and that he does a small dose once every other week or something like that. Since January 2024,
Ketamine, huh?
have you heard of that?
Yeah, isn't that an hallucinogen? Doesn't it make you trip?
Well, okay.
And I think that's what they call going in a
Well,
K-hole.
Well, you're onto something, so just check out what I have to say
right, I'm
here.
ready.
Since January of 2024, some media outlets have reported that he takes ketamine, marijuana, LSD, and ecstasy. What?
Sounds like my kind of guy. We need to hang out with him.
I'm not even done.
Oh, my God.
Mushrooms
Shrooms?
and cocaine and other drugs, too. I mean, how many more are there?
Wow.
Wow. I mean,
Wait, do the list again?
I know it's ketamine, marijuana, LSD, ecstasy. Wasn't that big in the 90s or something like
MDMA?
that? I never did
Molly.
that stuff.
I tried it. I didn't like it.
I didn't even want to try it. Mushrooms, no, that's another story.
We need to hear the mushroom
And
stories.
cocaine, I wasn't taking cocaine either, but it's not about me. It's about Musk. Musk at first refused to comment on his alleged drug use before responding that he had not tested positive for drugs, and that if drugs somehow improved his productivity, I would definitely take them. Well, why not? Well, who wouldn't?
Hey, Matt Gupta
Yes.
said that autism is no joke.
Ah.
People with it are highly intelligent, and some are
That's
even
right.
psychic.
Yes.
Hmm.
They're special people. They what's that one movie with who were they?
I see dead people.
I forget.
Okay. Was it Dumb and Dumber?
No, it was he had autism. Who was that?
Was it the
Oh. But anyway,
when John Travolta was in the Bubble Boy?
no.
All right, please continue.
You know, Musk plays video games, which he
sure.
stated had a restoring effect that helps his mental calibration. Wow.
Hey, could you just see
Isn't that
him and Trump in
something?
the Oval Office just playing video games? Just going at it.
I bet, wouldn't that be funny?
They're like
Oh, that would be a great commercial.
their Genesis game or their
For his-
PlayStation.
When Trump
Nintendos.
runs for the third term, they should do that.
When you mean when Elon Musk becomes president?
Oh, well, that's the fourth term after Donald's son.
Yeah. Okay.
Some games he plays include Quake, Diablo, Diablo. God, good job, Jim.
I actually
Elden Ring and Polytopia. I never heard of any of these games.
I've heard of Diablo.
Oh, okay. Have you?
Hey, Brooke said he's Rain Man.
Oh, that's it. That's the Rain Man.
Rain Man.
You are right. Dustin Hoffman was the guy, right there. I needed a little trigger there.
I get my underwear from Zales. White tiny whiteys.
What's that? Where'd that come from? Who
That was
said
Tom
that?
Cruise and Dustin Hoffman in Rain Man.
Oh, God.
He was
good
telling
for
Tom
you.
Cruise when they were in the car you needed to go to Zayre's so he could buy his white underwear.
Oh, I don't. God, that's pretty good memory there. Well,
Yeah.
Musk once claimed to be one of the world's top video game players, but has since admitted to account boosting. What's that mean? Or cheating by hiring outside services to achieve top player rankings. Really? Musk has justified the boosting by claiming that all top accountants do it, so he has to as well to remain competitive.
Use every advantage you can.
In 2024 and 25, Musk criticized the video game Assassin's Creed Shadows and its creator Ubisoft for woke content. Huh? A show with woke content? I mean a game. Interesting. Musk posted to X that DEI kills art and specified the inclusion of the historical figure Yasuke or something. Y-A-S-Y-U-K-E.
Oh, suki.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, suki.
In the Assassin's Creed game as offensive. He also called the game terrible. What's this have to do with his personal life, all these games and
He
stuff?
loves video games, dude. He probably just locks himself away and plays video games all day.
I think he's working on those engines for those rockets or something.
I don't know, man.
They're amazing.
I think he's got other people doing that stuff. I think he spends most of his time playing video games.
Well, Ubisoft responded by saying that Musk's comments were just feeding hatred.
Your hate.
Bring up
fuels
the
my
hate
fire.
card. I'm surprised they didn't say racism too. Why not add that one too? And that they were focused on producing a game, not pushing politics. So, is that enough for now? I think we better let Marty on, and we'll continue this next week. We'll talk about his relationships with his children. I hear that they're a little bit iffy, some of them. So, but we'll get more detail next week.
Oh, very cool. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to play 2 songs, and when we come back, we're going to be on with Marty Schleckman in Florida, and this is going to be one heck of a conversation. So stay tight, Marty. We'll be right with you. All right, here we go, Jim.
Okay.
Maybe I should introduce the songs. This is Jim Bellinger with Analog Man, followed by the Joe Davis Band with the song Hero. Here we go.
Crank it up, too.
Crank it.
This is my song.
Welcome to cyberspace, I'm lost in a fog. Everything's digital,
Sorry about that. Technical error. This is the Joe Davis Band with Hero. And it's metal, baby.
Wow is right.
Wow, you like that, man?
Yeah, I liked it. Some nice guitar licks. I liked the bottom to it. It moved along pretty good, and it wasn't a boring song.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. We were rocking to it. Obviously, you saw us going
Yeah.
crazy.
Did you see me playing the lead
We're
real
all-
fast, moving my
We're all
hands?
playing lead guitar.
Yeah, his fingers on fire.
I usually don't like that kind of playing too much, but it fit the song. You did a good
Yeah,
job. So how's it going,
it's
Martin?
got some. It has something nice to it. It kind of sticks with you.
Yeah, very cool. Well, everyone, Outlaw Radio Nation, everyone out there, welcome to the show. Marty Schleckman from Florida, a fan of Outlaw Radio, also a good friend of Jim Bellinger.
That's right.
And we're getting Outlaw rocking the shirt. See it right there? Rocking the shirt. He got one of the special ones.
You got the special
Yeah,
one.
I'm getting some nice looks here in Florida. They're like, "What's that?"
Oh yeah.
You're like, that's my
I think
buddy, Jim
I just say
Bellinger,
get with the program.
rocking the
Yeah,
airwaves
really.
in Cleveland. Mr.
That's
Radio Personality right here. So we're excited to talk to you. I know
Yeah.
Jim's been talking about it all week. And you have so many great stories. So, all right, we're going to start the interview. And now, Marty, this is the other thing. We did start you a little late, but we finished our show with all the stuff we have. So we're going to do the interview. And then the last thing we're going to do is have just a little conversation with me and Jim. We're going to play 3 songs. We're going to call it a night. But we saved the
Okay,
best for
all right.
last, okay?
Well, the very first thing I'd like to do is wish Mr. Moonlight, Jim Bellinger, happy birthday.
Thank you, Martin. Thank
Happy
you.
birthday, Jim. I wish you
Appreciate
had
it.
a
And
birthday. son.
Jeff, thanks for inviting me on the show. I've been watching it, and Jesus Christ, it's kind of like growing on me.
Well, thank you so much. And yeah, man, thank you so much for rocking the shirt in Florida. It's very cool. We're excited about that.
You're lucky to have Jim. And Jim, that song that you put on 2 songs ago,
Analog Man, Joe Walsh.
Analog Man. I like the slide work on it. I always love your slide work.
It was a short little bit there with that. That's okay.
I like the
though.
little no, that was nice.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite songs too. I like that a lot.
Recorded that about.
And the harmony was good, Jimmy. You sang good on that one.
Yeah, I think that might be one of my better vocal performances.
A good take.
Of all, I just,
Yeah.
that was normal tuning right now, and I did that about 10 years ago, and I tried to play it last night at Sacred Vortex, and I even had the guitar tuned down to half step, and I still can't even hit the notes anymore. So it's a bummer.
Jim's too hard on
And then
himself.
then
He
I
was
went
great.
Yeah, he's always hard on himself, Jeff.
He was fantastic last night. Not as good as Boutique. That was top 5. It was probably the best performance I've ever seen of Jim. Was Boutique, but last night was good too.
So
And he
it's
played a
nice
lot of
to
different songs.
it's nice to share some time with you guys.
Oh,
Yes.
And Jimmy, we all graduated from the Rock and Roll Hard Knocks University of Cleveland, but very special, during that time coming up and when we were in high school at Bay Village High School, there were so many good musicians, and you look back on it and you think, at that time you thought, everybody's doing their thing and everybody's jamming and that kind of thing. But then you look back on it and you think that was a very special moment in time. There were about 2 or 3 years of really good musicians that were pumped out of Bay Village.
And let's see, who were some of them? Let me think of one. Jack Wessel.
Jack Wessel.
Yes. And
Yeah.
he played with Leon Russell for 30 years or something like that.
Yeah,
Hold on a
he
second,
also
guys.
if I remember correctly, he played with Edgar Winter too.
Yes. Oh, that
So,
was a great show.
Let's back up a second. So you guys went to school together in Bay Village, right?
We
Now,
did.
Did you guys start a band together, or how did it start musically for
Jimmy,
you?
Jimmy
And then how
and
did you meet
Jack
Jim?
kind of played in another band, and I was rehearsing with Doug Bonin, and we were working on some projects together. And we ended up our senior year kind of merging the talent together, and we had this enormous band of like 10 people, and we stole 2 trumpets and a sax from the marching band. And we recorded at Cleveland Recording and actually bounced out a 45 our senior year.
That's very cool.
Yeah, that was really good times. We took it for granted, all the good talent at that time. You know, maybe that's still out there in the high schools, but and who else is there that was really? Hank Linderman wasn't in the band.
Hank
but
Linderman, right. And then you go back to, well, at our senior year, 1970, there was Mr. Charlie, and that had Peter Lochner in the band, along
yes.
with Dan Plisky and Rob Stewart, Craig Ferrier, and Russ Williams on bass. And the year before us, Jeff Wamsley, he ended up going to University of Cincinnati, and he played in the Lemon Pipers, Green Tambourine. They recorded that.
Right. What everybody was blown away at him doing that. That was so cool.
And you hung out with Peter Lochner, right?
I did. You know, we used to go to Peter's house after school, our junior year, and he was, you know, his mom was insane about Peter being a musician. Whatever Peter wanted, Peter got. If he needed a new amp, she got the amp. She even bought a van so that she would transport him on weekends to go to CBGB's in New York and put themselves up in a hotel so he could meet the musicians and jam with them.
I did not know that.
Very cool.
Wow.
So for everyone out there, tell us who he is, because a lot of our audience has probably, some of our younger audience has no idea who that is.
I talked about him about a month ago. We talked about Peter Lochner, but Martin knows a lot more than I do about him, so carry on.
Rocket from the Tombs. He was kind of an initiator of the Dead Boys, Pierre Oub. And the thing with Peter is he always started things and never finished them. And I don't know if he just had a low tolerance. He would start something and just be not satisfied and want something different. But he wasn't a very healthy boy. And he had a lot of diabetical issues, and he had all kinds of allergies and things like that. And his mom let him drink, you know, and so that just compounded his problems.
They were big drinkers, his parents.
Right. So that compounded his problems. But we used to go over after school, and we would put on like The Who, and we would put on 10 Years After, and you know, he liked the Mothers of Invention, you know, Frank Zappa and stuff like that, and he would just sit there practicing licks, you know, and he would say, bring your axe over, join in, plug in. He would have amps and stuff. And we would just come over there, listen to records, and then try to recreate the sounds.
Yeah,
it was kind of cool.
Hey, when you guys were in high school together, did you guys have Battle of the Bands back then?
We did. Yes. We had a Battle of the Bands, and matter of fact, our senior year, we came in second in Battle of the Bands. We lost to some band from Lakewood that played a Ted Nugent song, and but we came in. It was a close one, but we came in second in that Battle of the Bands.
They were really good, and the rumor was that they were in the van doing drugs too. And this was in high school. I don't.
Yeah, it could be, you know. But I mean, they played what was it? What was that song that they played? They just smoked it, you know, and it was really good. And a Ted Nugent song, and we were kind of awestruck that they could actually pull it off.
It was really
but we were a good band. I mean, you know, we were doing like Chicago stuff. We were doing like Power at Towers. We were doing you know, that kind of stuff with some horns in it. But then we also had our rock and roll, and Jimmy and I were the only guitar players, and so we were doing a lot of Stones and stuff like that. I remember playing like you know.
Something one song about In Between the Sheets. What song?
Right, In Between. Right.
I remember we laughed about that. They didn't let us say
I see a red door and I want to paint it black, you know.
That's great.
We played at your house too.
But we played, we got some really good gigs, and we made a little bit of money doing it, and we practiced a lot, and we practiced in my parents' basement until they, you know, basically started flickering the lights to get out, you know, but
at 1:30, what do you expect, you know?
Right. But it was fun. That was an interesting time. I used to go to my I used to go with Doug Bonin and Jack, and we used to go down to the piano in the music room and sit there, and Doug would play scales, and then we would do harmonies. And
I
so
remember that. Yes.
we used to just sit there and work on harmonies, you know, and da 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 da. And then Doug would, you know, we had like 4 good, decent singers in the band. So, but Doug Bonin was, he was the key. He was the key ingredient. And when he left the band and graduated from high school, he moved to Chicago, had a manager, and he actually started his thing as a studio singer in Chicago. And he recorded the very first 2 all-beef patty sauce, little, you know, pickles, lettuce, cheese for McDonald's. And he also did Fly the Friendly Skies of United. Yeah.
All right, so that brings me up to this point, and I don't mean to jump too far ahead, but I have to ask you this question.
Yes, sir.
You were part of the song recording for The Ballad of Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah.
And Art Modell Must Go.
Art Modell, you got to sell Art Modell.
Yeah.
Do you know that me and Jim listened to the cassettes the other day?
They're not that bad, really.
Cassettes.
The cassette was kind of defective, those darn things, or maybe it was my cassette player. I actually need to get a new cassette player.
I have them on CD, and I'll send them to you.
I know you sent me a CD. Well, I'll see what I need, though, because we want to play that on the show.
But we used to go to Jimmy's studio. It's Southland Studios. It's always been Southland Studios. And Jimmy used to live in Southland and over in off Rocky River Drive, and then in Cleveland. And then he moved to his house in Fairview Park, and we just moved the studio over there. And, you know, we used to work with, 8-track TIAC, and then we progressed from there. But I used to love the old TIAC.
Yeah, they were great.
You could do a lot with that. And we used to have these sessions. We used to get in different musicians. We used to have, of course, Timmy Hammond used to come in and play with us quite often. And you guys probably, he's a pretty well-known musician in the Cleveland area. And Tim Ginley would come in on drums, and we would write songs. We would go on like a Friday night or a Saturday night. We would just sit down and say, we're going to write a song, you know, with an idea. And we'd leave the studio with the idea, and 2 weeks later, we'd have it recorded.
Yeah, it's cool. And you know, Tim Hammond and Tim Ginley, didn't they play on Analog Man?
Yeah, they were the 2 players on Analog.
Yeah, nice. So good.
So
we have a history going back to that, and we came. And then I remember when we did the Dahmer song, and we sent it out to radio stations all over the country, and we actually got an interview out of St. Louis, a live interview, and Jimmy was over at our house when we did the live interview, and then we got MMS to play it, and of course Jane Scott gave us a little write up, and she said, only in Cleveland can somebody write a song about Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah, I read it.
I'm so sure if it was the greatest review that she gave us. It was kind of,
but my mom came forward and just said, hey, any interview is a good interview.
You're right. Even bad news is good news in the music
Even
industry.
bad news is good news. People talk.
We knew when they were going to play the Dahmer song on WMMS, and I remember, I got in my car, and you were in Avon Lake, and I was in Fairview, and I think I missed it or something, but that was pretty exciting time.
And that doesn't happen. I mean, you know, we of course BMI, we use them for royalty rights, but we were a non-label. And how often does MMS play a non-label song on quality airtime? Not often.
They play one band a week, and they do it on their metal show of a local band. That's it. And I think the same thing with 107.3 is only one band that they play because they do a featured act.
After our song, MMS played an Allman Brothers song, and my mom was listening, and she said she liked that song after our song. That was good, too. She thought we were the Allman Brothers.
There you go.
You're so good.
Your mom used to like to shoot straight from the hip.
That one before it sucked, but yours was better. The second one.
Right.
That's my mom, man.
But
That's funny.
Jim has worked his way up as a great, and he's really become a really good guitar player. And and don't tell me it's not based on tons and tons of effort, because it is. He's a talented guy, but he's really worked hard at his craft, and I have to salute you, Jim. You've
I'll
worked
give you
really
all
hard
that,
at your
Jim.
craft, and yep,
Well, thank
I give
you.
you a 10.
Well, thank you. Back in the day in the 70s and stuff like that, after we were out of high school, boy, I was trying to get in bands, and I was in like low-level bands. But boy, you really you played with Stutz, and you were traveling around the country playing for 4,000 people.
Yeah,
something like that. So how
and
was
tight,
that like?
and I kind of got a springboard, with Tight Kitty playing with those guys, Dennis Garapick,
He was great.
as a guitar player, and
Mike?
and then we had Mike Safranik on drums, and he did some stuff in the studio. On that song we did, on a couple of recordings we did in the studio, he played drums. Heartaches, he played drums on that.
Oh yeah. Okay,
Nice.
did he? I was wondering. Hey,
Yeah.
I like all those songs. There's a CD that you gave me, and there are like 6 of your songs, like Black and White, Brown and Black. or
Yeah,
something
yeah.
like
Remember
that?
when we sat
Those
in your
are all
studio
just-
and said, one night we sat and we said, let's write a song about colors. And we all sat down with a piece of paper, and that's what I came up with.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Kick
Hey,
butt.
Marty,
You wrote some good songs there.
when you did that song for Art Modell,
Yes.
was that also sent to the radio stations? Did you try to get on
It was.
MMS
It was.
again?
We sent it to the radio stations, and we did get them to play it once. And that was it. But,
Gotta sell.
that was Timmy and I and Tim Ginley and Timmy Hammond. We
Yeah.
pushed that one out in like 1 week. We had it ready to go.
I would like to point out that Susie Lil is on the show here,
Lily,
and
Susie
she said,
Lily.
hello,
Hello, Susie.
hello, big
Ah,
boys.
Susie.
I'm going to be calling you in a bit.
There you go, Susie. Thank you.
She was my 7th grade first kiss sweetheart.
Oh, wow.
boy.
Really?
Do you think she still remembers the first kiss?
Yeah, we've talked about it. Yeah, we've been friends.
I'll-
And then I'm sitting there, talking.
I
to
can
my friends, like,
segue back. I can segue back to your dating app that you said was not working out to the best of your
Oh, no.
expectations.
Hold on a second. Hold on. He has like 15 women that have written him. He has conversations going with every single one of them. There was a nice young lady that went up last night at Sacred Vortex, Diane Baker, who we hung out with last night. Also,
She gave me a birthday card too.
he's having
Nice.
his ex-girlfriend that he dated back in the day on our show, May 29th,
Oh,
Leslie.
that's right. That's right.
Right?
You remember? Oh no, that was.
So he's doing very, very well. Don't listen to anything he says.
All right, Jim.
I'm not doing
So-
as good.
Keep pumping the Viagra. You'll do fine.
Oh, gosh.
Hymns. He takes the hymns.
Takes the hit.
Yeah. Oh, Jim, that's funny.
So, and then, after I kind of got sucked into the Navy because I was at the end of the draft and I had
That's
to take a
right.
little sabbatical. And then I came back and went to college. Ross and I hooked back up, and we just kept playing as, we just kept playing as Durango Guerrero. And we actually one time opened for Fairweather up on the Agora on upstairs, and that was kind of cool.
Yeah, that's totally cool.
And then we were out in California, and we played in San Francisco, and we played in Redwood City. We bumped into Neil Young, and who played harp while we played Heart of Gold. And then he invited us out to his ranch, and we went out there for the invite, and he told us to get lost.
Did he?
man.
Did he?
As we drove away, Ross said, "He's really an asshole,"
That's funny.
But
Did
and
he
then
tell
we-
you- Did
yeah.
he tell you his story about Peter when Peter picked up his guitar in school?
Yeah,
You tell you that's
Did
a
you hear
great
that story? I brought a guitar to show and tell for some class and whatever, and he ran up and just grabbed the guitar case out of my hand, didn't even ask me, and he's a big dick, wasn't he?
He's like, this guitar sucks.
And then he
he's like,
played it for a bit, and he goes, he just kind of threw it back and just walked away. Well, he's talking
That's
about
crazy.
entitlement.
He was kind of Peter was kind of a pretentious asshole as a young boy, if I remember right.
when I said to him, I'm like, man, what a dick. And he's like, well, I mean, he had problems. And then you're like, he's a pretentious asshole. That's great. That's great.
But
Tell us
but
about,
yeah, I mean, Bay High was loaded with talent, and it just manifested it out in different ways. And look, Timmy's still playing, Jimmy's playing. I've had my I bump into things occasionally. My last gig with Ross was a couple years ago, and then he had a heart attack and died. But beyond that, I mean. I even had a conversation with Doug, Bonin, about a year or so ago, and he's doing fine. He lives over in Indiana, over by the dunes, and stays busy building houses.
I'd really like to talk to him sometime.
Yeah, you can look him up.
Well, how about your little gig with WMMS? Tell us about that great thing. You kind of started something there.
Well, with Ross, we came back and we used to play every Wednesday night at the Harry Buffalo in Rocky River. And then we auditioned for MMS and we had Matt the Cat audition us, and he said, you guys are on. And then in about a year and a half, we did 2 back-to-back coffee break concerts on MMS. And that was great, and we got to be friends with Jeff Kinsbach. And then I had a little stunt when I managed a band called The Adults.
Oh, yes.
And we had them. Took them from kind of like just playing little gigs to opening for Joan Jett and Erie and stuff like that. And I'll tell you
about Joan Jett.
I'll tell you a funny story that we had them playing at. We had the Adults playing at the what was below the Agora,
I forget.
The Mistake.
Oh.
The Mistake, right? And we had them playing there, and Duran Duran was playing at the Pirates Cove, and nobody was there. And Hank LeConte brought them over to the Mistake, and I'm at the door taking money for the Adults, and they're having a hell of a show. And there's probably about 400 people down there headbanging for the Adults. And LeConte says, hey, I have Duran Duran here. They'd like to come over and see your band. And I said, that's fine. They can all come in. But I said, on one condition, they all have to put on an Adults button. And so I handed one to each one of the members of Duran Duran, and they put it on and came on down, and they stayed for over an hour.
What a crazy story.
That is super cool.
I forgot about that.
That is super cool. Do you still play music? Are you still a musician?
I still play. And when I get back in Cleveland, I'd love to bump into Jimmy's studio and play a little bit. That would be fun.
That would be awesome. You guys should collab a song, and then we could play it on the show and
sure
to everybody we know.
I have a bunch of new songs that I'd like you to sing on.
Okay, yeah. We'd have to work out a program where we can collaborate back and forth.
Oh yeah, you guys could totally
Port
do
St.
that.
Lucie is where you are right now?
Port St. Lucie, I'm an hour and 45 minutes south of Orlando and an hour and 45 minutes north of Miami, right on the Atlantic. Nice place to be. Pardon?
When will you be coming back to Cleveland?
I'll be back in Cleveland this summer a few times because I have my sons that one lives in Euclid, one lives in Lakewood, and they have a bunch of projects for me, so I'll be coming up.
They want you to do plumbing and painting.
I'm looking forward to that.
The last time you came up here, you spent half your time in your son's bathroom doing the plumbing, as I recall.
Right. Well, this time I hope to spend more time. I hope to spend more time in your studio.
Oh, that's
I'll bring my guitar.
Good.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm looking forward to watching you
so
guys.
So lots of stories. This would freak you out, Jeff. Ross and I, one time, we got invited to do a gig for Ariane Shepherd. And she lived at that time in Bay Village, Sam Shepard's second wife that he married when he was in prison. And she moved to the United States, and I met her, and I used to take care of cleaning her cars. And then I told her we had a band, and she came to watch us, and she said, I want to pay you guys to do a party for me. And we went over to her house and and Ross and I played for about 2.5 hours, set up all her stuff, and played at a social event for Ariane Shepherd.
Wait a second. Are you talking Sam Shepard's wife?
Yes.
You played for her?
Yes.
If you guys don't know who Sam Shepard out there, this guy, all right, would you like to say who Sam Shepard was? Would you like to tell the story?
Sam Shepard, they made a movie based on this story where the one-armed man was supposed to, he came into his house and murdered his wife and stabbed her like 20 times. And then Sam Shepard was downstairs, didn't know it. He came upstairs and the guy was leaving the bedroom with his wife dead and blood everywhere. And he chased the guy out, supposedly a one-armed guy. He chased him out onto, the back of the house, which was out on Lake Erie over by Huntington Beach. And he said he lost him going over the piers on Huntington Beach.
Boy,
And later, he was indicted for murdering his wife, and he still, up till he died, he claimed he never did it.
That movie was The Fugitive, I believe.
That's correct. Yeah.
TV series,
And,
right? Yeah, he
the
was
movie
always on
and
the
then a
run.
TV series. And I'm going to give you a round of applause because that was an excellent description. I knew all about it. We did a thing on Loud and Local about Sam Shepard. I can't believe you played for.
And do you ever remember? Do you ever remember when the police came over and raided her house because there supposedly Sam Shepard left a bunch of drugs there, and they came over and raided the house and there was nothing there. Why? Because a week before the raid, she got tipped off by the chief of police from Bay Village. She got tipped off that they were going to raid her house looking for drugs. She called me on the phone. I went over and took out an entire box of that stuff. And she told me, just make it go away.
Man, I can't
and
believe
I did.
that you played there. That's so cool.
It's crazy.
Man, you should.
So yeah, I could tell you some interesting stories about that whole setup. I used to work as an assistant manager at the Be Clean Car Wash at the corner of Dover Center in Detroit, and the good old boys own that. The wise guys, the Wise brothers, who were wise guys, and they used to come in there in their Continental two-doors, and they used to party, have lunch, and talk, and have wine in the back of the car wash. And Ariane Shepherd knew them, and that's how I got to meet Ariane Shepherd. And then she wanted me to clean her cars personally. She had a 57 Thunderbird with a porthole on it, and then she had a Mercedes. And I used to clean her cars. And then she got wind that I played in a band, and she wanted to hear us. She came out and listened to us, and then hired us, paid us $500, Ross and I, $500 to play for 3 hours.
That's a lot of money back then.
Yeah, I was just about to say that'd be like $1,500, right? Almost $2,000.
Has it been mentioned that he was a doctor, Dr. Sam Shepard? He was a
Dr. Sam Shepard.
Yeah.
The Shepherds were all doctors, in Bay Village. It was a family of doctors. And supposedly, when his wife was murdered and he chased the one-armed man, he came back and then he called his family, and his family came over, and it wasn't until 2 days later that he actually called the police to come and look at the body. And that's when things got really suspicious.
Heck yeah. Well, you said there were drugs in his house, and they were going to bust him, but he was a doctor. So were they?
He was a doctor,
drugs, or,
right?
What were they? Penicillin or what?
It's a very interesting story. And they made a movie about it, and then you're right, they had that TV show. But yeah, that was a big thing in Cleveland, and the fact that you played for her, that was just a crazy story.
Isn't that crazy?
Sam, the hospital, it's still there. The structure's there, and it's been built upon. It is now a condominium. What is Cash O'Mara or something like that?
Right. But if you go and you actually look at it really in detail, you can see where the old hospital was by
yes,
the
you
yellow,
can.
well, kind of like yellowy brown bricks.
And just immediately to the east of the hospital, that's where Sam Shepard lived.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Correct.
Yeah, you
Correct.
can still see that area. Yeah, I've been through there. I checked it out when we did the story on Loud and Local about it. Yeah, that's super cool. All right, Marty. Well, we're getting to that point where almost the end of the interview. I do want to say this.
Great interview.
Great interview. We're going to have to bring you on again. I'm thinking that when you come to Cleveland, maybe we could do a Thursday night show.
Oh, yes.
And then we could just bring you on. You could actually be in the studio with us. I think that'd be super, super cool. Maybe
That
even a
would be
little
fun.
jam
That would be
session.
fun. Maybe
we could
Jimmy and
catch a
I,
little jam.
Jimmy and I could bring in a couple of acoustics and play a little song.
That sounds-
Absolutely. That'd be super cool.
Heck yeah.
All right. Awesome. Hey,
So-
I'll give you a little paranormal sound because that last story was cool. That's what we do for the paranormal. Yeah, that was super cool. I'm going to be talking to Jim about that a lot, about you coming to town. I think we'll set something up, all right? Does that
Sounds
sound good,
good.
Jim?
Well, this was.
But
better
I
than
do think you guys should work at getting involved in some capacity on, what is it? The show they're putting on in Cleveland.
Cleveland Music
That's an
Awards?
annual show or
Yeah.
musicians? Yeah.
Well, we're trying to get the organizers of that show, to talk to us, maybe to get
Yeah.
on our show.
We would love to. His name is Mark Ross. He runs the Cleveland Music Awards. We'd love to have him on and talk to us. We'd also help promote their show, and we'd also do media there if they asked us. We would
Well,
totally go and do the show.
I kind of know, if I made a call to Wally, he would know who I was, and maybe I could get him involved.
Yeah, I'd be down for that. I'd be down to help the city of Cleveland with their show. Wouldn't you,
You
Jim?
know,
Heck yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, if you're talking about musicians from Cleveland, always one of my favorites has been Wally Bryson.
Oh, okay. Wally Bryson, right. I was wondering which
super
Wally
cool.
that was. Okay.
Go for
Yeah,
it.
guitar player for the Raspberries and then Photo Maker and other bands.
Yeah. And you have so much to talk about. That's why we're going to have you on again. We have to do that with all our guests that are awesome.
I knew it was going to be cool
Yeah, super
with
cool.
Marty. And I was right once again.
All right, Marty. Well, I want to thank you for coming on Outlaw Radio. It's very cool. Great stories. We're going to have you on again. We'll have you on our new show called The Nation. That'll be all about Cleveland, and it'll be perfect for when you're back in town.
All right, all right.
We'll talk a little bit more about some more stories.
All right. Thanks, Jeff. And again, Jimmy, happy birthday.
Thank
And
you. Thank you.
I hope you celebrated it in style.
Well, I had a bunch of kava, that root that makes you feel really good because I'm not drinking too much anymore. So it was a lot of fun
It
last
was a
night.
good time last night.
Yeah.
All right.
I always
very
used
cool.
to say, let's get the band back together, but
Yeah,
can we find a
yeah.
gig that ends by 11?
I'm sure we could. We go to sleep early still. All right, Marty. You have a fantastic evening. God
All
bless
right.
you. We're Outlaw Radio. You take it easy.
All
You did
right.
good, Marty. Thank you.
Rock on, guys.
All right,
Right.
rock on. All right, Jim. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump into a couple songs, and then we'll come back and we'll wrap up the show.
Sounds good.
This is My Cleveland Project with To the Moon and Back. And you take it easy, Marty. You have a great
All right.
night.
Take care. Thanks,
Okay.
guys.
See ya.
That was
I
excellent.
knew it was going to be good.
The evil inside of me has chained me to these walls. I tried to break free, but I can't seem to it all. The strings are hardened, and now a part of me. Evil has taken its hold, and I can't get free. Life I was given been full of tears and pain. Evil's made its mark on me throughout the years. I'm not saying I brought this all upon myself. I'm so weary. Someone reach out to me. You walked out on water when I'm drowning in the sea. You walked out on water, reaching out to save me. When I feel the sun upon my desperate face, I know I'll make it to live another day. You whispered words of wisdom carried through the night. Evil burns deep inside. It's an endless fight. You walked out on water when I'm drowning in the sea. You walked out on water, reaching out to save me. My decisions left a hard and lonely life. The twists and turns of fate wouldn't set me free. When you reached out and gave a helping hand, the evil deep inside seems to disappear.
6 hours and 20 minutes.
That song was.
That's a long song. No, that's actually
It ended right when it should have.
Jim was like, "How long is this song? Is it almost?" Then it ends, and he's like, "Yeah, perfect time. 4 minutes and 51 seconds. The
There
evil
you go.
know from
That's
Midnight Whiskey Massacre from the United Kingdom, and what kicked it off was My Cleveland Project, my favorite song, To the Moon and Back.
boy tonight was a wonderful night for music,
Thank you.
and Martin Schleckman kicked butt.
Kicked ass as well.
I'm sure everybody thought he was so interesting. Somebody already said he should write a book.
Yep.
So
Marty
you
should
start
write
your
a
book, Marty. I'll help you.
So I do want to thank everyone that joined the show tonight. Diane Baker. I want to thank Matt Gutka, Susan Lilly, Marty, Robert Solon, who watched the whole show, Janine Spring. Also like to thank Avoid Dead that came on, Billy that came on.
Wow.
There's so many people that Troy came on, Brooke came on, so many people, man. So thank you so much, guys, for making
so
it a
cool.
great night for us. My Cleveland Project was on. Professor Paul was on. So many people were watching on LinkedIn. It was a super cool night. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And there's our shout outs.
You know, we had another guest that was scheduled for tonight, but it didn't work out. And but Marty filled in. He was on for at least a half hour, and it was just perfect. I'm glad we had Marty on for a half hour. 15 minutes wouldn't have done it.
Yeah, you're right.
know.
And when I went back and looked at everything, I realized that, we had to have him on longer. So, it was a good guest, and we're going to bring him back on our show, The Nation, because he's a friend of ours. He supports the show. So, guys out there, The Nation's coming Thursday, starts on the 29th. Thursday at 5:30, we're doing a 1-hour show, hopefully. Won't do a ton of music. We're going to do a lot of talking with friends and family and people we hang out with. So, musicians and actors and actresses and whoever we bring on.
And thank you, Sully, for last night coming and listening today and making your comments. We really appreciate the support.
Hey, Billy
Thank
Stokes
you.
said this. Love the show. I'm addicted.
Oh, my gosh.
Thank you so much. We're addicted to doing it. We love talking about Cleveland. We love talking about our friends out there. And as you know, Diane, you hung out with us last night. So we like to hang out with people that listen to the show. It's a good time.
That's right. And Diane's friend Judy was really cool.
I do want to
hungry.
And I do want to say I am rocking Ebenezer the Crow. Oh. Do my bird sounds for you.
The hits just keep coming.
The hits keep coming. So that was Outlaw Radio tonight. Did you have a good time, Jim?
I had, you know what? I think it's getting easier. I always feel uneasy before the show, but right now I feel like great because I think it was one of our better shows, and I think I hope I'm improving too. And I always want to improve every show, get better. Just like when I play the guitar, I want to be better the very next time.
Absolutely. Well, I do want to say this. Last week we did some really great views. We just finished a few views under our goal, which I'm ecstatic for because we got so close to our goal, and I'm sure at some point we're going to really rise above that goal and many other goals as we go down the road. I had a good time. It was great playing the music we played tonight. We still have one more band we're going to play when we say goodbye, of course, and that is Still in Darkness. But it's been a good time. And Diane, thank you so much. And you're welcome for the shirt. I'm glad we could get one out to you. And guys, we are going to have to make more shirts because so many people asked for them last night.
That's good. That's encouraging, really.
Yeah, it is good. We might even have to set up a store.
Kind of surprised about that. And people are liking the show. They're going, you guys are going to make it someday, or you guys are great. Wow.
Yeah, Robert Song, we really appreciate your
We didn't pay them to
confidence
say
in
any
us.
of these things, too.
No, we haven't. And guys, we know we're not going to win Best Radio Station, but thank you so much, so much for nominating us and putting us in that category with those big cats. That's very cool. We do want to win the Cleveland Music Awards. There are some categories we really want to be a part of, so we're going to go after it.
I'm with you.
We're going to kill it. But bangers out there, did you guys like the caution tape? We had some issues with the show a little bit. I thought I put up the caution tape.
When you listen to us, you always have to watch behind your back. You don't know what's going to be happening.
Yeah, you never know. That kava will creep up on you. So many people are having comments in the conversation through the comments, Jim.
That's so cool.
Talking about kava and Sacred Vortex. And Marty said thanks for everyone. He had a great time, and we had a great time with you, Marty. Thank you so much.
Good
job. Great
job.
job. So,
And now I could take my headphones off and maybe do a gummy. I don't know.
yeah, gummy sounds nice.
The other stuff makes me cough too much.
I'm also kind of a little hungry.
Oh, yeah. All I had today were some chips. Oh, no, popcorn. That's it.
So, all right, we're going to rock it out. If you're ready, we're ready. And we're ready to rock. So we're going to lead it out. This is Still in Darkness. This is a brand new song. It's called Honesty. This is a friend of mine named Monica. I've known her for years and years. And, hun, if you're listening out there, we love you over at Outlaw Radio. We've been Outlaw Radio. You have a fantastic evening. I'm Jeff James.
Mr. Moonlight.
You take it easy, Cleveland. Good night, everyone.
See ya.
Here we go. Still in Darkness. Hi, this is Jeff James,
And this is Mr. Moonlight.
and you're listening to Outlaw Radio.
If I can be honest, all I really want is not to be pressured, allowed to do things in my own time, not to be rude, just speak my truth, yes, my beliefs, but nobody wants honesty, just lies, guys, that's politeness. Believe you me, there's so much power in honesty. Fiction, you lied to me. Fiction, set me free from all your motherfucking lies. All I want from you is just tell the truth. Unlike pulling teeth, it could be so deep. Why is it so hard to choose when you know you lose me in the end? Or is that your plan? Your wicked ways I don't understand. Believe you me, there's so much power in honesty. Fiction, you lied to me. Fiction, set me free from all you motherfucking lies.